Can you smell that? It's award season.
Really? Because
And
I smell the sloppy Joe that's being made in my house.
my wife is making tacos. Either way, welcome back to the What Did You Think podcast, episode 11.
11.
Um, it's award season,
It is.
and the nominations just came out. But you know what's crazier than all of that?
What?
It's a Friday.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
Friday. What
It's our
is this?
first Not Tuesday upload, which is wild.
Crazy.
This isn't going to be a normal thing, but up until the Oscars, it might happen a couple more times. I'm excited about the prospects of this.
Yeah.
But this is the official announcements. If we ever, for whatever reason, have an episode we want to upload, but we can't do it on a Tuesday, Thursday or Friday is when to look out for those.
Or another day. Who knows? We don't know. We don't know.
We're going to try to hit Thursday and Friday.
I would like to.
But in classic, what did you think fashion? Who knows? Honestly, I'm excited about these awards. I don't really have a lot to talk about that I want to talk about more than these things. So I think we can just jump right into it unless you have something else in mind.
I'm diving into it.
Okay. And there's no spoilers section to speak of. So everyone's along for the ride, you know?
Buckle your seatbelts.
Get
some popcorn.
Get some popcorn. And listen up and be sure to put in the comments below who you think's going to win, because we're going to tell you who was nominated, how we feel about it, and who we think is going to win, all in this episode.
Even though Cameron and I are going to be right for everything we say.
Yeah.
You guys
even if we disagree, we'll somehow both be right, you know?
Of course, that's how it goes.
I want to start this off by mentioning that in an official Academy Award, the Oscars production, they mentioned Megan twice.
They did. They did.
Which
two
was
times
about
too many.
2 times more than anyone expected, probably. But you know, they already greenlit the sequel, so we're going to be hearing a lot more from the Megan franchise. Hopefully, in the Oscars next time too.
I will say, I with like the weird bits that they were doing with Megan, I am really happy that this was like a 30-minute live stream.
Mm-hmm.
They went by super quick with it. They were like blah 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 blah. So I'm very thankful that there was not like joke after joke after like just terrible.
That's not going to be indicative of the actual thing, because
which I'm excited for.
Yeah, in classic Oscar fashion, they're probably going to cut half of the awards, put in 13 really unfunny skits that no one cares about. Dude, the ratio of
2 hours longer.
The ratio of time spent on Oscars and time spent on literally anything else is dumb.
Right.
So let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
We're going to be going over these in the order that they were revealed. So starting with the nominees for an actress in a supporting role, we have Angela Bassett from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, friend of the podcast, Hong Chow from The Whale. Yeah. Carrie Condon for The Banshees of Inisherin.
Well deserved.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Hsu from Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an interesting thing, because I think this is one of the biggest competitions of the full event. I think any of these could win.
So I agree with you on a few things. Okay. So first things first, I'm shocked Jamie Lee Curtis got a nomination. I did not think she was going to get one.
Yeah. I think this is another one of those situations where kind of like it's an actress who's needed a nomination for a while, and they just picked another decent role that they had to give it to.
It was this or Halloween Ends, and like they really had to.
No, they didn't want to give her 2, so you know.
I will say, I'm wondering why, none of the women talking actresses are here. I've been hearing great things about the movie, so it just, I don't know, it's very interesting to me.
I don't know a lot about it. I've been going in blind. partly because I don't, I don't see
Right.
trailers for that, and also partly because I've heard so many good things and I haven't seen anything already. So why would I look at it now? What I want, I'm wondering if it's kind of a ensemble kind of thing where there's not really a main character,
Could be.
so maybe they don't want any of them to be considered a supporting role, or
Sure.
maybe it's just like maybe they're all bad. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, with this, so this is a very competitive category. And if I were to, so who I want to win is, of course, our friend of the podcast, Hong
Hong
Chow.
Chow, yeah.
We would love for her to win. Do I think she's gonna win? I don't think so. It'll probably go to Angela Bassett, though Carrie Condon probably deserves it more than anybody in this, because I think Carrie gives an incredible performance. But
Yeah, she was definitely the best part of Banshees. At least in my opinion. As I count a common theme you'll see throughout this video is that I want Everything Everywhere to win all the awards.
right.
Every single one. So as much as I want either of these nominations to win it, of the two, probably Stephanie Shu. I think that was just a great performance. She basically
Mhm.
played two characters and
Yeah.
did them very well. And I recently on YouTube they uploaded her audition tape. It looks great.
Wait, really?
Yeah, uh, just a very talented actress.
Yeah.
But
Well,
of the
who
other
are you
ones,
choosing to win?
that's what I'm about to say. Uh,
I'm on the edge of my
I
seat.
think the popular vote is Angela Bassett, but all memes aside, I think Hong Chow might. That's who I want. No. Like I said, who I want is Stephanie Shu, but I think Hong Chow could take this.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I would love for her,
I would
dude.
love
If
that.
she wins it, I'm freaking out.
It's a very subdued role, but it's one that I think could take it home.
You know, I would love for her, when she is accepting her speech, she's like, I just need to thank first and foremost the What Did You Think podcast. Cameron and Ben, you guys have been backing me ever since this movie came out.
I I'm a humble guy. I don't like toot my own horn very much. If it wasn't for us, I don't know if she'd be in this
Like,
nomination
she wasn't
list.
nominated before we made the video, and I'm just saying
And now
after we
she
made the
is.
video, and now she's
Exactly.
nominated. So
Exactly.
we're not saying anything. You
Yep.
guys can think it, but yeah. Well,
Yeah.
should we go to the next
We
category?
should definitely move on.
Well,
Next,
I'll introduce costume design then.
you got it.
The nominees are Babylon. Uh, I'm not going to pronounce their names
Just
of the
say the
costume
movies. Just say
designees.
the movies.
They are great, I will say.
Yeah.
Black
Props to all
Panther,
them.
Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. So
This to me seems like they were like had four really good ones that they really wanted to choose, and then they needed to fill a fifth spot because I don't know if anyone's seen Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
I know it was in theaters like a long
I
time.
saw the poster the whole time, like for like a year straight, but how much of that was, marketing? How
True. I don't know, man.
um from what I gather by looking at the poster, it seems to be a period piece in a foreign land known as Paris.
Which
Those
is
always do well.
those always do well. You had uh Cruella. Uh,
Take it home.
Was that last year or 2 years ago?
It was too soon, is when it was.
Cruella had no business winning that. I will
The
say.
fact that it has any Oscar, this is the Suicide Squad dilemma, where they get like the costume or the hair, the makeup Oscars, and so they technically can say on the box Oscar winner Oscar winner Suicide Squad, and that's so dumb. The fact that
Wait,
Suicide
it
Squad
won the
2016
Oscar?
Suicide Squad 2016 has an Oscar. The
What?
Suicide Squad was not even nominated for one, and
Wow.
that gets to me every time I think about it.
Yeah. Wow. That's well, whatever. Okay. I will say it's odd that Cruella won, but like you can definitely tell what I guess they like, the Academy
Well, the
likes.
point of the movie is she's a dressmaker, so that probably helped.
Right. Well, I can see pretty much a reason for all of these to get nominated. Everything Everywhere is very outlandish with their costumes. Same as Elvis. Plus it's that like period piece. Same as Babylon. Uh these are all pretty good. I've not seen Mrs. Harris, so um if I were to pick, I would pick Everything Everywhere. I mean,
You think
because I
it's gonna
am
get
rooting
it,
for it. I
or you
don't
think
think
that's
it's
what
gonna
you want?
win,
Oh, I see. So
but I
this is your
want
predict. You got to pick and you
what
got
I
to
think
predict.
will win will probably be Elvis. I think I see Elvis winning this one.
Yeah. Um, those are good. Those are good opinions. I will say I didn't see it, but I am questioning the absence of the Woman King on this list.
Ooh, no,
Uh,
you're right though. I like
that's
that one.
another period piece with you know, and RRR will be snubbed throughout the entire Oscars. Joe, keep that in mind. RRR
That's
definitely
true. RR
could
could have been
have
in this
could
category
have been in this category
easily.
because they had all the fancy dresses,
They
they had
did.
the Indian apparel, they had the colonial period piece British times, like they had everything you could need, except for people who would,
RRR is such an like ambitious movie
yeah,
that you could have nominated for anything for everything, and unfortunately,
it got one thing,
they got
but we'll
one
get to that
thing.
later.
Yeah, we will.
Um, but as always, everything ever all at once, I think could win this for Jobu Tapaki alone, which is really probably all they're basing it off of. Those are some of the most creative costumes I've seen for in a long time for a movie. But when it comes down to it, Black Panther and Elvis, I think Black Panther gets this because not only do they have these creative outfits, they make these creative outfits for so many people and for so many different cultures because you have
You're right.
Namor and his people, and then you have all the Wakandans.
That
So
would be my. Oh, also, I'm sorry. Can we go back to supporting for a second?
yeah.
This is the first supporting nomination for a superhero movie.
Which one was that?
Marvel, Marvel specifically. Angela Bassett.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um.
Interesting.
So supporting acting nomination. I don't
Was
know if
it?
it's acting in general because I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they wouldn't have had a. I mean, I don't know about a Marvel movie getting an acting thing. They usually are just like
Yeah, I
technical
mean maybe
stuff.
Robert Downey got one for the first Iron Man, but I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. I think his Oscar nomination was for the Charlie
The
Chaplin movie.
Judge, or oh yeah, you're right. No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
But we've said what we can about costume design. That is another pretty big category with a lot of contesters that really anyone could take it home.
Right.
Moving on, next up is
Sound design.
sound
Yep.
design. All right. So for sound design, we have the nominations of All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun: Maverick.
Mm.
Sound is weird for me. There's always movies that should get it that don't. And I hate to dwell in the past for so long, but um they had the guys from Baby Driver who were nominated for both sound Oscars when they were originally two, announced the Oscars for that thing, and you could see on their faces both times they didn't get it how devastated they were. Anyone who watches Baby Driver knows that should have won. It is
Absolutely.
it is a musical where the characters don't sing, and it is like it's amazing. I'll go on about that for hours. I don't want to start down the rabbit hole because I'll fall
Right. Right.
forever.
Right. 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 Right.
Sound, there's usually like you have your two things that get this. You have your loud movies and then you have your stylistic movies. Here we have Elvis and then everything else. I mean, probably Avatar because of all the creatures, and then everything else is just loud. Uh, I think this could. My guess is probably going to be Top Gun, and my pick is also
Really.
probably going to be Top Gun. You got a
Really.
lot of loud planes doing loud things with explosions and guns, and
I'm sticking with All Quiet. I'm sticking with the war movie.
war
The war
movies do
movie
get
will
them a
always
lot.
win it. As for me, this is interesting because I believe Tenet was nominated for sound, and Tenet has possibly the worst sound mixing I've ever like heard in a movie, where you cannot hear the dialogue over like anyone talking. I
Yeah,
mean, over the music. I mean, uh, so I could totally see them like going with something strange like Elvis, but for me, I think I just can't bet against All Quiet. I mean, yeah, it has great sound design. It really is a great movie, but I mean, and the fact that it is a war movie is why I'm choosing it as well. Oscars love that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dunkirk took it over Baby Driver, which is so dumb and stupid. And
Yep.
moving on,
We're moving on, Cameron.
up next is original score. Ben, why don't you take
Yes.
that away?
All right. Well, original score. The nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The
Megamind?
Fablemans. The
Oh, okay.
Fablemans.
Yeah. I'll let you go ahead. I went first last time, so you got this.
No, score is always a fun one for me. Uh, I think, I mean, for a lot of people, it's not like me exclusive. Uh, but I really enjoy. I think when I'm watching a movie, I typically am like, if I love the score, I'm going to love the movie. If I dislike the score, I'm gonna probably dislike the movie. All right. A good example of this. This is really stupid, Cameron, but Pop Star
Yeah, no,
is uh,
I that's great, man.
it is so like it's so catchy, so good. And I've been listening to it in my car for like I'm gonna say like since I've seen it. So it is so good. But and even when Dune came out last year, I had like some Dune music playing. Speaking of Hans Zimmer, I have the Megamind score playing a lot in my car as well.
You have
Uh,
straight up the Megamind movie playing a lot in your car.
I
There have been
do.
so many times where I've been in Ben's car for one reason or another, and he just has the movie on repeat. And sometimes he'll like look away. Well, obviously not look away from the road, but he'll like make it to where he can't see the movie or necessarily hear it, and he will just quote it like bar for bar, beat for beat. It's kind of
Uh,
weird.
it's there's only one other thing I can do that with, and that's Hamilton. Um, but Hamilton's easier because it's like it's a song, you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyways, so the Oscars. We have the Fablemans with of course John Williams
Which
with
this makes him the oldest person to ever get nominated for an Oscar, and also
congratulations
the
to him.
first person to be nominated for an Oscar in 7 different decades.
Really, that is
I read that from a
crazy.
YouTube comment.
I'll
So
believe it. We'll go with
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Um, and then we have Justin Hurwitz with Babylon, which doing other of the other Damien Chazelle movies. I would say it's going to be him. Babylon still has a great score. The movie itself is controversial when if I like it or not. Um, Same with like, others. I know other people love it. And then Everything Everywhere. I think those three. Well, bro, but then I'm like, All Quiet has a really good score too. It has a very menacing uh beat all the time that just gets you fearful for the characters. And it works really well within the movie. I love Everything Everywhere story with like six different people making their own music for it.
yeah.
I think if Everything Everywhere does win it, it's going to be because of the story of like the six
And
different
how
people
it was
making
made.
it,
Yeah.
because that's super impressive and it's so cool and you can definitely tell when listening to it. But if I'm going to choose a winner on who I want to win, I'm going to probably say Babylon, and I'm going to think Babylon also wins it.
Okay. I'm at a disadvantage here because I have not seen All Quiet or Babylon yet. Uh, so I can only really go based off what I think I know, which
Right.
is I don't know a lot. War movies don't strike me as the kind of movies to get score nominations a lot. So if this, unless they do and I'm wrong, but if this is like a rare thing, maybe that means it is truly phenomenal. Um, Classic me. I think every that's my want. Everything everywhere is my want. I want this to get as many Oscars as possible. And my guess is I can't do either or. I got to stick with one. I might go Fablemans.
Really?
Although I did want to say Banshees because that is such a minimal movie where there's not a lot going on visually, where it is kind of there for writing and music kind of stuff. So if
Mhm.
that would be a reason why it could win. But John Williams is the classic no one knows when he's going to stop by choice or unfortunately maybe a different way he might stop. But we got to get him some more Oscars before he retires.
How many
So,
does he have?
well, more than most others.
Right. I know. I know. Him and Hans Zimmer are considered like the greats, but then like we also have people like Ludwig Göransson too that are like becoming like more and more in the spotlight with what they're doing. So, which I will say I am shocked to not see um not Avatar, shoot, Black Panther. I'm shocked that's not here in the nominations. I don't know. But also I will say my snub for this category that I think should have been nominated is Nope. All right? I think Nope had a really good score and I'm frustrated it didn't get a
Nope
nomination.
got just demolished this year,
Dude,
man.
Nope should we'll get into that when we get to certain categories. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But are you ready for the next
uh,
category, Cameron?
he has won 5 Oscars and he's been nominated for a billion of them. So,
Yeah, that's
oh,
crazy.
whoa, 53 nominations.
For what?
I mean, when you're working for 70 years, you're going to have time.
Only Oscars?
Yeah.
That he's nominated for 53 Oscars.
And he's won 5 of them.
Wow. I mean,
And maybe let's
that's
make it 6. Let's make it 6.
who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, are you ready for this next category, Cameron?
Adapted screenplay.
Yes.
I am. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
The nominees for adapted screenplay in the 95th Oscars of the Academy Awards in 2023 are All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Women Talking. I don't know a lot of these. I haven't even
So,
heard of Living. I haven't seen All Quiet, as I've said, and I'm gonna watch Women Talking soon. So I'm
so you're
really only
choosing
basing
based
it.
off of Glass Onion
Well,
and
I
Top
don't think.
Gun.
Okay, Knives Out should have won this. I don't think Glass Onion should because classic me. I don't think it's as good as the first one. Um, I don't know if Top Gun Maverick gets this. I doubt it. It doesn't seem like it does have a lot of good stuff and it's like it's accessible to new audiences while being rewarding for people who've been there from day one, stuff like that. Everyone loves that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why this is a struggle for me. I guess I will guess and pick Women Talking because you can't have a
Whoa.
movie that's called Talking and it not win a screenplay award.
True. True. Well, Living also seems interesting too.
I don't know anything about that other than well something we'll get to later. So
Right. So, for me, I think this seems pretty clear. I think All Quiet has this in the bag. All right. Uh, just like based off of a book, then based off of like, you know,
the third ever
making
Oscar Best Picture winner.
yeah, which was an English movie, and then making that into German, which is from the original roots of the book. Uh,
Mhm.
All Quiet is so much fun. Well, okay, hold up. It is not fun. All right, it is a good movie. It is a great movie. So I think just with like what I'm looking at here, Top Gun doesn't have a chance. Glass Onion is so like
That's
fun,
so last year. Oh, that's not
but
what you were saying.
I'm
Okay.
so happy that it got a nomination because if anything, this just greenlights future Knives Out projects. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm happy. I
And
love the like rumor of Benoit Blanc being with the Muppets, and I am like 110% on board with that movie.
we need
So
more movies with the Muppets. Like not Muppet movies, but we need more regular movies that have Muppets that no
that
one
just
talks
have
about.
Muppets.
They're just there.
Honestly though, you're so right with like Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I think that is such a good like there's just Muppets there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think it would be like the
And a
next
Knives
Batman.
Out thing would be great.
We just see Batman just pounding someone's face and the camera pans and just like a Muppet getting
Yeah.
destroyed.
I think a Knives Out movie would be a great opportunity to have like Kermit play someone who's not Kermit because they're known for having
Yeah.
celebrity casts. So when you're watching them, you're not thinking about like obviously they're fully
That's
realized
so
characters,
true.
but
That is so
you're
true.
yeah, and they're not dramatic. They're comedic. He would be a
Yes.
perfect Knives Out would be a perfect opportunity for the Muppets to make their debut into other projects. I will say the only thing holding it back is it's a Netflix franchise, and the Muppets are owned by
Oh,
Disney. Um,
yo, you're
but I'll
right.
talk to Bob Iger. I have his book on my shelf. I can prove it to you later. If you need proof that I'm a fan of Disney, you know.
Well,
But yeah, I'm gonna go women talking, as you said. You're gonna go what? All quiet?
all quiet. Yep.
Yeah.
All right,
Which leaves
and
us now with original screenplay.
original screenplay. In the nomination, are you wanting to know the nominations, Cameron?
Yeah, man.
All
For
right.
shizzle.
Well, they are The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness.
What? I haven't seen that, but I've seen all the other ones. Ben,
Well,
what are your
I just
thoughts?
saw Triangle today and I hated it. So that's out of here. Um as for me, original screenplay, this seems super easy. It's got to be Everything Everywhere. I'm picking Everything Everywhere for what I want to win and what should win. Second, I mean, to me, the only competition is the Banshees of Inisherin, but
Yeah.
or maybe even Tar. But I think Everything Everywhere wins this easily.
I think you're right ish. Tar and Banshees are putting up a good fight. I don't even have to say it. I want Everything Everywhere to win, obviously. And this is like, not only is this a good original screenplay, this is a good, original, screenplay. Like, it is
Right.
fantastic and it's new and it's unique. And and so I'd love to see that win. We need to see more movies like this win. We need to see the
Absolutely.
Academy giving love to more out there things. I do think Banshees has a great chance. It has a
Yeah.
great chance because it's very dialogue heavy, and Tar is very long. So, as much as I want Everything Ever to win, and as much as I'm going to predict it, I'll try to will it into existence. I think the other two have a chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, next category.
I think we can skip the next one. We
Well,
can
the
talk about
next.
it,
Nah,
but
I wouldn't even want to talk about it.
all
I
right.
would
It's the
say
live action short film. I've never seen any of them. I don't know anything about them. Same with
neither
the
have I.
animated short films. So if you want more in-depth conversation about those, there are tons of videos like this. So we're gonna go straight into actor in a supporting role,
Mhm.
which the nominations are Brendan Gleeson from Banshees, Brian Tyree Henry from Bullet Train, no, Brian
No.
Tyree Henry in Causeway, Judd Hirsch in The Fablemans, Barry Keoghan in The Banshees, and then Ke Huy Quan in Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's not a discussion here. Everyone on this list does a great job. I haven't seen Causeway, but I've heard that the only good thing about that movie is the performances. I heard it wasn't very good. Or like it wasn't
Really?
very amazing. I heard it was good, just not like, you know. I heard that the performances are good though. Barry Keoghan was a great part of that movie. Brendan Gleeson was in a lot of that movie. Um, it,
I think he's
uh,
great in it.
no, he's great in it. I just am frustrated with what his character is, so
I
it
see.
makes it
I see.
hard to enjoy it. Judd Hirsch, he has a lot of buzz going around. He has a lot of people in his corner, especially before award season started. That is definitely like, if you wanted to sit a bunch of actors down and be like, if you want a supporting actor role, this is what you got to do. You got to be in the
Right.
movie for one scene. You got to give a great performance, and you got to get out of there. Like, sure,
He was maybe in it for like 3 minutes.
yeah, and those 3 minutes are a great 3 minutes, and
Yeah.
they're important to the movie and they're important to acting or whatever. Kei Kwan, dude, putting aside,
We can't pretend like he's not gonna win
we can't.
this.
He's gonna win. He's my pick and predict. Putting aside the amazing story it will be when he gets his Oscar, because it will be an amazing life story.
Yeah.
His performance is actually great. It's not overhyped. Like, he plays the he has to balance the like sheepish, shy man who's like insecure with the resolute anchor of the film that brings everything together, and to wholeheartedly embody that and do a great job with it. is difficult and it's something to be appreciated. He does
Right.
great, and I'm glad
Yeah.
he's getting his return.
As do
And
I.
yeah,
I'm also picking, rooting for, predicting Kei Kwan. Yeah, you said
yeah,
it. Fantastic, perfect performance. Let's move on. Uh, at this moment in the Oscars, they make a Megan joke. So,
yeah.
or not the Oscars, the nominations. So, but I believe the next category is original song.
It is, and it's all you, man.
All right. So the original song nominations are "Applause" from "Tell It Like a Woman," "Hold My Hand" from Top Gun: Maverick, "Lift Me Up" from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, "This Is a Life" from Everything Everywhere All at Once. And I think that's it.
Uh,
Am I?
Ben, you're forgetting the winner
Oh, Naatu from
from
RRR.
RRR, dude. If this song doesn't win, I hate to take over your spotlight. If this song doesn't win, I will riot in the streets.
I agree. I'll join you. I'll drive over to your streets and I will riot with you. Naatu wins this, I think. Like it needs to.
It's got it in the
Uh
bag.
I think
Uh,
everyone loves RRR and is so surprised why it's like not nominated for
well, it's
anything
not
else.
nominated because India didn't submit it for
Classic.
whatever it's called. In a Encanto not using we don't talk about Bruno kind of move. India did not submit RRR for international feature, which is why it didn't get nominated. Because if it got nominated for that, it had a very good chance of winning. I don't know about up against All Quiet because that's like sweeping the
Right.
nominations almost, but it would have been up there. Not to takes this,
Yeah,
no question,
I
and I
agree.
cannot wait to see it be performed at the Oscars.
Oh, are they doing it?
They always perform the original song and the original score. You don't remember that?
Well, I didn't know if it was from like I know they
Oh, I don't know
chose
who's gonna do it. I just
yeah.
know that it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Hopefully they get who was it
Will
last time? Was
Smith
it
and
Megan
Chris
Thee
Rock.
Stallion or was it
Oh,
Lizzo?
I don't
Uh
know.
last year with We Don't Talk About Bruno. Oh well, hopefully one of them shows up to sing
Well,
Not to. Do you know enough about documentary feature films to have a conversation about it?
the one documentary I've seen is the one I'm rooting for, which is Fire of Love. Uh,
Yep.
I recommend you go watch it on Disney Plus. And my dog has a huge roll of toilet paper right now. So
Nice.
I will be right back. All right, we're
Uh
back. The toilet paper's gone from the dog. We're good.
all right. I'm glad everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Before we move on to international feature film, I will say, as someone who doesn't know anything about the documentaries this year, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed has a really cool title. So that will be my pick and predict.
Same here.
Yeah. um, but for international feature film, bro, this is a depressing idea. This is a depressing
Yeah,
time.
this is so frustrating.
The nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina 1985, Close, I don't know, EO, and The Quiet Girl. I haven't seen any of these yet. I'm only probably, I mean, I might watch all of them eventually, but I only have plans to watch All Quiet and Argentina. I have to watch All Quiet for reasons, and I want to watch Argentina because it beat Decision to Leave at the Golden Globes. Speaking of Decision to Leave, how is this not up here?
Dude, Decision to
I
Leave is easily like the second best movie that came out this year.
Maybe I watched probably top three for sure. I rewatched it last night with my family. Um,
It
I had a
holds up.
blast. It holds up,
Holds
man.
up.
In fact, it's just there's so much to catch on a
Hmm.
second viewing. I'm not saying these movies aren't good, but like, come on,
Right.
man.
I get
Give
Messi just won the World Cup. Now he's trying to win an Oscar. I get that, okay? But like, you know,
Is he in
Argentina,
any of this stuff? Oh,
no.
got it. See, as the sports fan of the podcast, I
Uh,
got that immediately. Um,
uh.
but man, I it's crazy. We need to get Park Chan Wook some Oscars love, dude.
Dude, we do. I haven't seen Old Boy or The Handmaiden, but I mean,
They're
after watching
classics.
Decision to Leave,
Old
I
Boy is
really
like
want to.
one of the quintessential hey, you're interested in movies, you should watch Old Boy, which I'm getting to it. But like
Right. Yeah. No, but yeah, so my pick is All Quiet easily.
oh yeah, that's the
This
pick and predict because
who cares? Whatever. All
yeah,
right.
who knows why we're picking it.
Who knows why? All right. Next category is the animated feature film. And I am super happy about this one. First of all, arguably everything everywhere should have been nominated because there's a tiny animated sequence in it.
Arguably, Avatar should have been nominated, bro.
I've always wondered that. You know what I mean? Because spoiler alert. Oh, let me read the nominations.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Uh, which by the way, there's been so many Pinocchios that have like come out this year that they couldn't just call it Pinocchio in the nominations because they don't want like to accidentally give a nomination to the Disney Plus Pinocchio. So
Or like the other one,
or,
like
or the like Sky
I
Blue one
want to
or
do it
whatever it's
on my
called.
own. That one.
Come on, Dad.
Yeah.
Either way, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which is like the reason I'm calling it an underdog is because it came out like
So late.
so late and
Like I don't
still
think
got a
anyone expected
nomination.
it to be good because the first one apparently wasn't. I never saw it.
Wasn't
But
that good.
yeah,
But yeah,
that-
Puss in Boots, just from watching the trailer, looks spectacular. I'm very excited to watch it. But oh, excuse me, but I'm gonna wait till it's able to like stream or rent because I don't really want to go to theater to, watch
mhm.
it. And then Sea Beast, which was getting a lot of buzz in the beginning of the year, fell off halfway through, but apparently still good enough to me. I think it's kind of like a copycat from How to Train Your Dragon, but congrats to the Sea Beast and also Turning Red. I guess that's the only good thing Disney has made animated wise this year. Uh,
I mean, so before we get into the nominations, we should have that conversation that you were gonna lead into about what
yeah,
counts as an animated feature film.
because if it were up to me, I'm happy Marcel isn't nominated, but Marcel probably should not be nominated if we're going to be real here.
It's stop motion, but in like the least amount because
There's
there's so much
so
going
well,
on
you've
that's
seen it,
not.
right? You've
Yeah,
seen it, right? There are so many like just real people. Like there are so many sequences where it's just humans in the
yeah.
movie. And this like makes me wonder why isn't Avatar able to be nominated? Because to me,
Avatar is like
Avatar has more
98% animated.
animation than Marcel does.
There
So
are okay, there's not a single shot of Marcel that doesn't have at least some live action elements, and that on the inverse can be said for Avatar.
right,
There's not a single shot of Avatar that doesn't have mostly digital elements.
absolutely.
So if you just replace Spider with Moana, it is now an animated film entirely.
But I think the moment because also what like this is a full like Avatar is like 99% CGI movie. Okay. Uh think about like shoot, what was I gonna say? Lightyear. I mean, that's not a great example, but that's a fully CGI animated movie. That's 100%. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Avatar looks a lot better than
Yeah.
Lightyear does. Well, it just makes me so confused because I think Avatar looks great. I'm glad it's not nominated, but I'm thinking like the day they let and nominate the Avatar movie is the day that like this whole animated feature Oscar kind of just gets thrown into the
Well,
dump.
I don't think that's true because Avatar is a very special case. I think putting Avatar in question put stuff which I know these weren't nominated, but if they were good enough to be nominated, would the Polar Express count? I think it would. And
Yeah.
it's using very similar, it's mocap, it's all that stuff. So what is the difference between Avatar and this? It's so weird. But I think we should move on to
Yeah,
our
I
picks and
think we know the
predictions.
difference, but we just don't know how to put it into words. Like
Yeah.
it makes sense in our minds,
I
but
think the Academy is very old-fashioned opinions on animated stuff. They never really give
which
animated movies more than just animated nominations.
because I
Um,
mean, in my opinion, Marcel should be nominated for Best Picture too. No,
I mean, I I don't I mean apparently in all the other award shows Pinocchio got a ton of stuff all over the place,
yeah.
and in the Oscars it's only getting an animated, spoiler alert, it's only getting an animated nomination.
Which it was even getting stuff for song and
Yeah, So that just shows that
cinematography even.
the Oscars have a very outdated perception of what an animated movie can be. And I think maybe they thought that Avatar couldn't be taken seriously if it was part of the animated
Maybe, yeah, and that's
nominations.
a because James Cameron probably may not even have submitted it to animated thing because it could have hurt his
Yeah,
chances.
who
So
knows?
who knows? My pick, you know what? I'm gonna go with it. All right. I'm predicting Marcel and I'm wanting Marcel. So yeah.
I am gonna say I want Marcel because it's the only one I've seen, and I also really enjoyed it. Um, I also want to know why Turning Red is on here and not Bad Guys. I don't know if you saw Bad Guys.
You're right.
That was actually like surprisingly really good. I
No,
watched
the
it
biggest snub,
at the theater by myself.
the biggest snub is Paws of Fury not getting a nomination. So
Bro, dude, I couldn't. I would die. That's crazy. Uh,
well, next up is makeup and hairstyling. So why don't you take it away?
well, I'll take it away right after giving what I'm guessing, which I hadn't got to do yet.
My bad.
No, you're good. I it was a late edition. Puss in Boots could take it, but I think this might go to Pinocchio.
Here's the thing. I've seen it. I think it's really overrated. I love the animation.
Well, I just got to go
Uh
by what people are saying because I can't
that's
really.
that's true.
Yeah. Sorry to Marcel, but yeah, makeup and hairstyling. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. Very interesting. As far as I can tell, most of these are not for actual makeup and hairstyling in terms of like a beauty or stuff like that. Like Black Panther, that is very much the hairstyle looks nice and the makeup looks nice. The Whale, Elvis, Batman, and All Quiet are all morphing people to look like different people.
Yeah.
And I this I'm gonna okay, I'm just gonna go straight out with it because I don't really have a lot to say. I think Elvis, Batman, or Whale could take it home. I'm gonna go ahead and predict the Batman, but I'm gonna want the Whale.
Yeah. That's you make a good point here. Um I'm looking at who does it more. And I mean, I think the whale does it more with like I mean, his body mass is more fat. That's okay, whatever. Anyways,
Okay.
to me, it's down to Elvis or the whale. I think the only reason the Batman has a shot is because of Colin Farrell, and Colin Farrell
That
looks
was fantastic.
incredible in it. But I think the fact that Elvis being the period piece and Tom Hanks
Yeah.
and Austin Butler playing Elvis, that's like golden. So for me, I'm predicting Elvis, but I'm wanting the whale.
I don't want to make a habit out of this, but I'm going to change my answer
Okay.
to my prediction is also going to be Elvis
Wow.
because
See here, guys,
no,
we got a
listen,
copycat on our
they do
hands.
both. All right. They have the guy who's different for the whole movie. They have Tom Hanks, who never looks like Tom Hanks even once. And then they have Austin Butler, who I will that last performance
Was on the piano.
was on the piano, though that like bloated makeup, that looks pretty much one for one.
Oh yeah.
And like I said earlier, the Oscars love a direct comparison, and they give it to him in the movie because they cut to the actual performance.
All the time. They do it
Yeah.
all the time in the movie.
So I think Elvis takes it home, but I still want the whale to get it.
Yeah, I agree. Well, next up is production design. The nominees are All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fablemans. So, I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm happy Babylon got recognition here. One of the few things the movie has going for it. Okay. Um, as for like I'm very confused how Avatar can get a nomination here. Again, with it all being CGI. I'm
Yeah.
like their production design was technically a blue screened area. No, but I mean, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Pandora does, as we've mentioned before. The Fablemans has solid production design, and I'm glad it got a nomination. I did not think it was going to.
It's good, but I don't
Elvis,
think it really holds a candle to the other ones up here.
no, Elvis makes sense why it got one. I just don't think it's good enough to win. I think it comes down to All Quiet and Babylon. I'm predicting that All Quiet wins, but I'm wanting Babylon to win this one. So
Yeah, I haven't seen Babylon, but from the trailer alone, that trailer could get a production design Oscar.
dude, it is
So,
spectacular.
um, I'm gonna want Babylon, but I think I might predict Avatar
Really. I could
because
see it winning, but I don't know.
it's so weird that this is even here. It kind of
Yeah.
has to win, or it doesn't make sense why it's here.
That's yeah. Well, so anyways, our next category is editing. So
Editing,
yeah.
which is the nominations are The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. I want Everything Everywhere All at Once, obviously. And I want it so bad, I'm going to say it wins. Because if it doesn't win, what is going on?
They're going to give it to Elvis. And I'm going to be so ticked if they do that.
See,
Okay.
here's the thing. I would agree with you if they gave Don't Look Up the Oscar, but they didn't.
Oh, and you're right. Oh no, I'm obviously wanting everywhere to win. And with looking at everything that everywhere is nominated for, I'm going to give it the win here. I'm gonna predict it as well. Uh I don't know. It's actual good editing. Yes, it's fun. Yes, it's like insane or whatever, but it has a purpose and it makes sense in the movie. It does not make sense in Elvis. All right, it has no like, and I get Baz Luhrmann does this, but Elvis has no like reason to be that like super ultra stylistic. It does, and it works for some of the movie. Some of it doesn't for me. I kind of told Cameron about this a little bit today on the phone. Uh, as far as like my wife had
And
some complaints.
our conference calls and our business meetings, he was
Right. Um, Tar, I could see also getting a win here.
I
Uh,
don't know why the
I
editing
think it's
didn't stick out to me.
I think it's very well edited. But yeah. Either way, I'm predicting and picking Everything Everywhere All at Once. What about you?
Same.
All right. Next one is cinematography, and here is another big snub. All right, so obviously, Decision to Leave should have been nominated for this.
Absolutely, dude.
Probably my favorite
Absolutely,
cinematography
dude.
I've seen this year is in Decision to Leave. But of course, the Academy is trash unless they are wanting to, you know, help us get into the spotlight. Or what if we announced an award?
Oh
Like
yeah, right. To piggyback off our comments from last episode, yo, Academy, we love your stuff. Let us
right.
announce an award. I'll never question you again.
Let us announce Best Picture.
Yeah. Let us announce anything, really.
Let us do Brendan Fraser. Uh,
So it's
so
cinematography.
yeah, okay. Either way, Decision to Leave is a big snub here. Very frustrated about that. Okay. And second of all, Nope is a big snub
Mhm.
here. Nope has incredible cinematography, and it being snubbed for every single category is so frustrating. If it were up to me, Kiki Palmer should have got a nomination. Brandon Pereira probably should have got a nomination. Even Daniel Kaluuya. Heck, bro, give it score, give it best picture. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Uh, but Nope should have definitely gotten a nomination here. But oh well. Let's look at what we have here. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis again, which is odd to me. This seems like the odd one out here. Empire of Light and Tar. Tar has solid cinematography. They have an incredible one shot early on into the movie.
Yeah.
But the movie just does a really good job at framing what it needs to frame and also like giving us very ambiguous angles. Empire of Light with Roger Deakins. Anything Roger Deakins makes is going to get a nomination. Plus, it does look beautiful. Uh, like I said, Elvis is a sore thumb here. I don't see this one winning. Bardo is coming from another Oscar winner, who did Birdman.
Birdman.
Bardo itself is not that great of a movie, but I cannot argue that the cinematography is top notch, and All Quiet is really good. I'm going to predict Empire. I don't know. I don't know. The Academy loves one shots, so I'm going to predict Bardo. I'm going to root for Empire of Light because that was my first film festival film. So
Yeah,
I'm rooting for.
for the home team.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of like half of these. I think I'm gonna want and predict Bardo because I'm also a sucker for one shots. I haven't seen it yet. But this just to me it seems like, considering Birdman won the cinematography last time it was up, this is just gonna be a kind of an Oscar patting him on the back, being like, keep doing what you're doing, buddy. We
Right.
love your stuff. Like, and that's not supposed to be condescending. That's just like, he did something good. He did it again. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Absolutely. Next category, Cameron. What is it?
Visual effects. Let me pull up the whole list. Not that it matters.
Another Nope snub, by the way. I'm just saying.
So visual effects nominated, or his nominated, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther, and Top Gun: Maverick. There's no conversation here. It's
We
Avatar.
could have skipped this category, and you guys would just automatically like. I'm shocked they haven't given them. I'm sure James Cameron already has it sitting on his desk.
Seriously, it was weird that they announced this as a nomination and not as a win.
Right. I'm shocked.
Like,
yeah. Well, I'm shocked after their Megan joke, they didn't just go ahead and say the winner.
Right. I'm shocked after they brought up Megan. I'm shocked that they did that at all.
I'm upset Megan didn't get a nomination somehow.
Yeah, that could have got worst. Anyway, real quick, now that we're on the topic of worst, did you hear what happened with the Razzies?
What is the Razzies?
The Razzies are the antithesis to the Oscars, where they award the worst in all of the movies, right?
Okay.
So they have worst movie, worst actor, worst actress.
Oh, okay.
They got into hot water this year. They got into some trouble because one of the nominations for worst actress was the 12-year-old from Firestarter.
What the heck? That's so mean.
Yeah.
That's so mean.
What's the point in doing that,
That's a 12-year-old. That's probably like her second role ever.
It's not her fault. The movie was bad because of the writing. It wasn't her fault. The
writing is awful. Okay. I think a good example of bad acting is like Tom Hanks and Elvis, where the writing was there. You know what I mean? This guy exists. You can use your source material yourself and kind of build your character off of him. But when Tom Hanks shows up doing 12 different accents in the same movie, then there's a huge issue there. Okay. That's the case of bad acting. All right. That's not the writer's fault. That's not the director's fault. I mean, at some point, as a director, you gotta say, like, bro, you gotta stop doing this, dude. Just talk normally. No, but also I figure like, wouldn't that be kind of difficult to say to like Tom Hanks? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, Tom Hanks did get nominated for a Razzie, for Geppetto.
Oh, yeah, dude. Why is Tom Hanks in bad movies this year, man?
Here's the deal. This is gonna be like with Bruce Willis. I'm worried because there was Bruce Willis. Last year there was a category in the Razzies because he was in so many movies called Worst Performance by Bruce Willis, and they nominated 8 movies.
Bro.
Yeah. Okay. So for those who don't know, there was a reason Bruce Willis was in a ton of low tier movies last year. And it's because he's ill, very ill, and he has a certain illness that will make him forget how to speak. And so he was just trying to get paid so he could support him and his family when he no longer could work. Yes. There will be a point in the near future where he will be physically incapable of acting. So he was just doing as many jobs as possible so he could keep getting paid. And no one knew that until later. And so the Razzies had a whole not thing for top worst performance by Bruce Willis.
That is terrible. That is crazy.
And I'm hoping Tom Hanks isn't sick because he's been in a lot of bad stuff lately.
Yeah. And
Otto's supposed to be good, I guess. but you know,
I'm sure it's fine. It looks
yeah,
so
it just doesn't
average.
look Tom Hanks level, you
No,
know?
okay, yeah, like Tom, exactly. No, like how do you go from like Captain Phillips? How do you go from Castaway? You know what I mean? How do you go from
Saving
like
Private Ryan, Green
Forrest
Mile,
Gump,
Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3, Toy Story
Toy
4,
Story 4,
Toy Story the Christmas special. Like, how do you go
to
through all
playing
these?
Gelato?
Yeah.
No.
That's not his name.
uh,
Yo.
anyways,
Avatar.
yeah, Avatar pick and yeah, whatever. Next
Yeah.
category is actor in a leading role. All right. So you guys probably already know our picks here, but we'll go ahead and read off the nominations for you, curious bunch. Um, Starting off with Austin Butler from Elvis, Colin Farrell from The Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser from The Whale, Paul Mescal from After Sun, which I am so happy he got a nomination. Underrated performance. Well, I guess not anymore because it's nominated for an Oscar, but it was nominated. Well, it wasn't nominated at all. It got it's an underrated. Either way, and Bill Nye the Science Guy got a nomination
Dude,
for
when she
Living,
said his name is apparently pronounced Bill Nighy or whatever, when she said Bill Nye, I was so confused
dude.
because I had never heard of the movie this guy's from, and also it's not pronounced Bill Nye, and also Bill Nye got an Oscar?
I hope
Question
Bill
mark.
Nye the Science Guy presents the award.
Dude, that'd be crazy. But unfortunately, it's probably going to be Jimmy Kimmel still.
Right.
Dude.
Ugh. I mean,
Uh,
it could be worse. We really could
hey,
have the lineup as last year. I'll take Jimmy Kimmel over the
yeah.
three.
And here's the deal, Jimmy Kimmel. If you're seeing this, if one day we're big enough and we're going to be on your show,
We
we're
love you,
goofs and
Jimmy.
gaffs, goofs and gaffs.
We
I'm a fan of the
love
Jimmys,
your
Fallon and Kimmel.
one-liners.
I love you both. But
All
whichever
the
one wants me
Jimmys.
on, love you more. Um,
Jimmy Garoppolo, the football player.
yeah.
You're
Any
also
talk
in
show
this.
host, really. Conan, Trevor
Stephen
Noah,
Colbert.
Jared Leto. Wait, nope. That's not what I meant to say. What's the guy?
uh
The guy with the white hair and the big jaw.
yeah.
Uh,
I'll wait for you to figure this out.
he's from Indiana. I know that.
Wait, no, not Jay Leno.
Yeah,
He's not from Indiana. David Letterman's from Indiana.
that's what. Okay, well, wow.
Wow.
Jay Leno. I did not mean Jared Leto. But you know what? If you ever want to say Morbius too, I love you, Jared Leto. Maybe.
Would you be in Morbius too?
Yeah. What are you
Absolutely.
talking about,
Absolutely.
dude?
Absolutely. I would be in Morbius any day. I mean,
Dude,
I'd be in any movie, but like
seriously. But
Morbius too is fun. Would you- like dude. Yeah. Anyways,
Brendan Fraser takes this home.
yeah, Brendan takes this easy. I actually don't know if it's easy. I think it's between him and Austin Butler. I could see it going to Austin. I really
That
could.
yeah, the Oscars love real people playing real people. And
I think I am 50-50 on this. All right. I'm looking at all the nominations Elvis has, okay? And that's frightening to me. But also you got to look at last year Will Smith won and his movie didn't win anything. So, hopefully that's the case with freaking Brendan Fraser because dude, I'm going to be so ticked if it's not. But whatever. Either way,
yeah,
another snub here is Gabriel LaBelle. He should have been nominated.
I don't know who that is.
Fableman's kid.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was like 16 when he made the movie.
Yep.
He
He
should
should
be
have
up
been
here.
nominated.
He should be
And
up
that's a
here.
big snub, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
whatever. That's fine. Uh Either way, Cameron, why don't you tell us who the nominations are for an actress in a leading role?
I will. The nominations for actress in a leading role: Kate Blanchett from Tar, Anna de Armas from Blonde, Andrea Riseborough from To Leslie, Michelle Williams from The
Riseborough.
Fable.
Riseborough. Just
My bad, bro. My bad. Michelle Williams from The Fablemans, and Michelle Yeoh from Everything Ever All at Once. Um, hot take. Hot take from Cameron in Cameronville. My
Let's
brain's
hear
gonna
it.
be mad at me when I say this. I don't think Michelle Yeoh gets this. I don't even know if she really deserves this. Not that she did bad; she did great.
Yeah. I think there's just better
There's too much
performances on
competition.
this list.
I think it goes to Kate Blanchett.
Easy. My second place here is Michelle Williams. She is spectacular in The Fabelmans.
Yeah,
She's so good.
actually, I'm gonna want Michelle Williams, but I'm gonna first of all, a Venom actor getting a nomination.
That's basically Venom getting
That's basically
a
it's
win.
Lady Venom.
Yeah.
It's Lady Venom just got nominated for an Oscar. And then so yeah, I'm gonna want Michelle Williams, but I'm gonna guess Kate Blanchett
A
because she does
big
really good.
a big like weird nomination here is for Ana de Armas. I think this is her first acting nomination. This
Maybe.
is she is great in Blonde.
She's
She's the
gonna
best.
get one day, even if she doesn't get it
Yeah,
now.
she's the best part in Blonde. But I don't think this performance necessarily is good enough for a nomination.
Yeah.
I think there are other actresses I would have put in over her. Again, it's very strange that I don't see a woman talking actress here,
It is
and
weird.
I'm
I don't
also
yeah.
confused. I could have sworn I thought Viola Davis was going to get a nomination here.
For
But
Woman King.
yeah,
Hmm.
it just seems, I don't know, seems interesting that Women King didn't get
Woman King
anything.
didn't really get any. Did it get anything at all?
Nothing. Nothing.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's
That's
odd.
wild.
But yeah, yeah. So I'm predicting and wanting Kate Blanchett. You got this, girl. Either way, best director. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Martin McDonough from The Banshees of Inisherin, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinhardt from Everything Everywhere, Steven Spielberg from The Fablemans, Todd Field from Triangle of Sadness, and Ruben Ostlund from freaking Triangle of Sadness. Yeah. Um so a few things kind of leading into the next category here. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I might accidentally. Um All Quiet is not on this. All right.
Yeah.
And typically you cannot win Best Picture if you do not get nominated for Best Director. So yeah, either way, I'm a big fan of all of these movies. Uh The Fablemans is really good with Steven Spielberg. I'm wanting the Daniels to win this.
Dude, the
I am
Daniels, that's my one.
picking the Daniels to win this.
Listen, man, I'm gonna do the same as you. I'm gonna want and pick Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniels. Oh my goodness, they need to take this. I need to watch Swiss Army Man so bad.
Yeah.
That dude, that movie is just crazy. But I'm worried that it might go to Steven Spielberg. Not that he did bad. He did great. It goes without
Yeah.
saying. He was nominated last year for West Side Story. I feel like he didn't get it because that movie honestly didn't deserve one. There are talks that Steven Spielberg is ending his career. They might, and this, if he's ever going to get one more Oscar in the rest of his career, it's going to be this or
Yep.
Ready Player Two. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
Two player.
So there, I'm very worried because the Daniels deserve this, but I'm worried on the sake of like honoring a legacy. Steven Spielberg might get it.
Legacy. What is a legacy? It's planting seeds in a garden you'll
You
never get
won't
to see.
see.
Either way, with that being said, I'm fine if Steven Spielberg wins this, but I do want the Daniels to. And let's
Right.
finish it off. Let's finish off this.
I won't be upset with it. I'll just be disappointed for the Daniels. It's not like, oh, Steven,
And again, The Fabelmans is such a great movie to end on.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I will be fine with this. But Cameron, finish us off. We got 10 movies here that are nominated for Best Picture. Starting at no, not in any particular order. Just go ahead, just read them.
Okay. In no particular order other than alphabetical. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness,
Boo!
and Women Talking. Want and predict Everything Everywhere All at Once. If that doesn't win,
Yeah.
I'm going to continue my riot from before and riot about this.
Now, here's like another interesting thing I will say. I consider the winners, the only people that have a possible chance at winning, are the Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere, The Fablemans and Tar. I think those
You
four
don't think All Quiet has a chance?
and Top Gun Maverick. No, because it didn't get nominated for Best Director.
But it
I do
got
not think.
nominated for a lot of other stuff.
I just don't. I don't think.
Here's the deal.
I don't think so. Plus, you
Here's the deal,
mentioned
man.
to say your thing that you're gonna say.
All these like, oh, it needs to be nominated for this, that, and the other. All this normally works. Normally is a good thing to go by. Coda winning last year takes all of that away.
It was nominated for Best Director. It was
No, it
nominated
wasn't.
for. Yes,
No,
it
it
was.
wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It got screenplay and performance and Best Picture, and those were the only nominations, and it won all of them.
Also, I would agree with you too because Dune was nominated for tons of stuff and was winning tons of stuff, and then Coda came out of nowhere.
Just came out of nowhere. Not okay. That was my favorite movie of the nominations last year. I'll say it. I'll die on
Really?
that hill, but I don't think it deserved the Oscar.
No. Power of
and
Dog
so-
should have won, man.
It should have. We're really in the Wild West right now when it comes to what could win. Everything Everywhere should get this.
Be the first sci-fi
100%.
movie to win, which is huge. All right. I think Women Talking just doesn't have a shot at winning this. I feel bad for him. I feel like Sarah Pollin should have definitely gotten a nomination for Best Director here. Even though I've not seen the movie. I'm just like, from what I've heard, I
Right.
think she should have. And Triangle of Sadness has no business being in here. Get out, get out of here. Speaking of get out, nope,
Get
should have been in
outta
this.
here. Yeah, dude. Jordan Peele
I-
needs some respect in the
I
Academy.
can see them choosing Top Gun Maverick, Tar, The Fablemans, Banshees, or Everything Everywhere. I think those 5 are my top 5. Number 6 is All Quiet, and number 7 is Elvis. I think Everything Everywhere wins this. I think this is just such like the fan favorite to win it that I cannot like see them not picking it. So,
Dude, I still remember when we first watched this in Dumb Auditorium 4, I turned to you and I said, that's the Oscars right there.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see.
And we kissed on the lips and we held hands and walked out of the theater together.
Yep. And I can't wait to see young little Cameron from all those months ago before he knew where he'd be when the Oscars came around with the world's biggest movie podcast.
Right.
I can't wait to see his dreams come true.
Yeah.
And I think with that, we've ended off our nominations.
We have
2023.
Let us know what you guys think. Text us
Yeah.
if you have our numbers.
Text us in real life. Only if you have your numbers right now. Don't look for them. Only if you have them right now. I will not answer on no caller ID phone calls. Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing, we don't have a lot of time left. My producers are telling me we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm getting that too.
Be prepared for the next couple weeks. The next up until the Oscars, we're going to do a lot of double uploads because we do want to cover all of these Best Picture winners. I mean nominations.
Right.
So some of them will be grouped together. Some of them will be on their own. It'll be a wonderful time, and I can't wait to have all of you on. We already have a guest lined up for one of them, which is going to be great.
Excited.
It's someone we tried to get in before, but they weren't available until now. But I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Hong Chow. We'll see you later.
Naatu, 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 naatu,